Of songs that were done by my old boss, the late great Mr. Junior Wells.
Yeah.
First time I ever played this stage was with Junior Wells 27 years ago. It was one of the highlights of my life to be able to tour Florida when he brought me here. I would not be here right now if it wasn't for him. It changed my life. I was a social worker in Miami, with the state of Florida, Department of Children and Families, it was called at the time. Well, it was HRS at the time, Health and Rehabilitative Service. And I did that job for 5 years, and I hated every minute of it. And not because it wasn't. It was, it takes a special person to work that kind of job. A godly person, a good person, a decent person. I fell short, and it just wasn't me. And then Junior Wells came along. I sat in with him in Delray Beach, and we had a mutual friend who introduced me to him, and I sat in with him. And about a month later, he asked me to fill in for the guy that I wound up replacing. And a couple months later, I got the job with him, April of '97.
Yeah.
And he gave me 3 days to move to Chicago. He said, "Can you be in Chicago in 3 days?" I said, "For what?" And he goes, "To play with Junior Wells full time." He's a grown man. He said, and I said, "Well, let me think about it. Because the state of Florida has a really good benefits package. So I don't know, the insurance, I need the insurance, bro." I said, "Do you offer insurance?" "No." "Okay, I'll take it." I didn't know where I was gonna live. I hopped on a plane, left Miami International Airport. This was April of '97. And my dumbass thought April in Florida was the same as April in Chicago. And I showed up at an airport wearing a pair of shorts and a tank top. And some flip-flops. And I was like, "Welcome to Chicago, mofo." That's what the sign said over here. And I knocked on my cousin's door. My cousin had just got married and he had a loft on the north side, and I knocked on his door and I said, "Hey, cuz, can I crash at your place for a couple of weeks?" And his wife had this appalled look on her face, and he had a nervous look on his face. He said, "Yeah, come on, you can stay with us for a few weeks. We better find a place." That lasted 1 day because I snored, and they lived in a loft, and the walls weren't all the way up, didn't go all the way up, and his wife couldn't get no sleep. So he told me, "Cuz, you gotta leave." I said, "Okay, fine, screw you, Pop." And I packed my shit and I walked up the street to a transient hotel on Belmont Avenue called the Hotel Belmont. It sounded much more luxurious than it was. It was a $30 an hour $30 a day flop house, but it was negotiable. It depended on what your reasons for being there. You could get it for $30 an hour, depending on what your purpose was. It was a shithole. There were hobos and pimps and hookers and johns in this place. There was a chalk line in my room, and it was something out of a Charles Bukowski novel. It really was. It was something out of the Blues Brothers. It really was. One night I was sleeping and gunfire broke out. A hoe was screaming up the hotel room right past me, and I looked out my window and I said, "This is the greatest day of my life. I'm a Chicago blues man." I haven't had a real job since. So we're gonna do this Junior Wells song for you. It's called "Come On in This House." It goes like this.
Yeah.
1,